You are listening to the Educated Podcast.
It's not gonna go off.
Oh shit!
Get on it.
Yes, Rory's fixed it. We've got sparklers. We've got fireworks.
As promised.
We said we'd do it. We've
We
done
have to
it.
open a window.
It's gonna get fucking.
It's gonna get smoky in here.
We've got. It's the 100th episode. There's beers. We've got fireworks.
If you can't hear it,
Where are we going to put this now? We've not thought this through.
in someone's bottle. Shit, someone sacrificed their beer. Quick.
I just lit my sparkler at the wrong end. Help me out.
What a bellend.
Oh.
This is the 100th episode of the Educated Apes podcast, and we are coming at you.
We have not signed any risk assessments.
We're coming at you live with a host who used to join us. For people on the audio that can't see the visual, I think we're live on Facebook. I bloody hope so. Yeah, we're joined by Rory Chandler. I'm just getting like a delay video of us playing with his sparkler. It's like a child.
with the sparkler.
People shitting themselves about the.
And the funniest bit was I was trying to light the wrong end.
And then burning my hand when I swapped it. I didn't think it got hot so fucking quick.
What, metal?
Not that quick. That really hurt.
What a bell.
Oh, no.
Can you not hear it?
No, I can't hear shit.
I've lost
in
my
headphones.
No, you
Right
just
here
knocked
now.
everyone out.
Oh, I didn't touch it.
Still got
I
my
just
left
looked.
ear. Let's carry on.
Anyway, Rory, you tell us, where you've been, why you've not, well, not why you've not come back since you come back from China, but why have you been?
We found him from China.
We had a running. How long was it running
It
for?
was running for weeks. The story got thicker and thicker. In the end, you'd had a sword fight out there, and we don't know how it.
You know, it was last seen in the lotus position.
Under a waterfall.
Yeah, there was a waterfall involved. I thought he was like fighting his family's honour or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a tournament, a secret tournament, but we don't know the full details because it was kept secret from us. It
Well,
wasn't
I mean,
allowed to talk about.
all I can really say is that I'm back, so you know that I didn't die.
That
So
you know
I
you won.
defended my honour. And the best analogy I can give without kind of giving too much away is, to remember like the Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
Just
very
that.
well.
I'm Bruce Lee, basically.
Right. Okay. So that. If you just pulled up the hint of the Dragon theme music, that
Chinese
quickly.
warrior music. So he can tell story with honor.
But yeah. No, you. We invited you back, and you were happily obliged, which is awesome.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
Quite glad to have you here. Yeah, it's
The 100th episode, which I'm pretty amazed at you guys. It's quite an achievement.
Hashtag hunted.
100.
And I mean, not to
The tunnel.
devalue as at all, but I think Josh and Batch need serious props for managing to go and keep going this long. It's not easy.
We've done well.
You've done well.
He's done. To be fair, it's all Chaz.
I'm looking at you there, like, yeah, but no.
I've just turned up and talked shit for 100 times. Now.
Nah, I don't think it's me. I'm gonna get cheesy as fuck here, but it's the listeners. I think the listeners have.
Oh Jesus!
No, they
Christ.
kept.
No,
it's
but
kept-
you don't put that down. He's right.
It's been a good laugh. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed getting shouted at for sitting and editing audio whilst upstairs watching TV. Quality times. No, it's been a good laugh, and the fact that we've got to 100. I mean, 100 we touched quite a while back. Rich Shenton will tell you he was actually on the official 100th episode, but we the 100 in order. Do you know what I mean? But we could record 100 different little bits of audio, but this is the 100th episode in a line.
Official episode.
Numbered episode, and we're gonna party.
Because we had all the other stupid episodes.
We had like 10 rounds of me
Happy
and Batch
hour.
talk shit.
Oh, yeah,
for
back
ages.
Chez's happy hour.
Yeah. Had all
Was it like
sorts.
10 rounds of it?
There's been
Yeah.
Baz in the Gardens.
Should've
yeah.
made it
No,
out the
they're
first round.
official episodes. Baz in the Garden.
Oh, are they?
Soon to be their own spin-off.
Yes. But we can
What
find
we found joking.
where we can
We'll
find
leave
someone
it,
who'll
yeah.
edit it for us because we haven't got a clue. We just do it off a fucking iPhone.
We,
That's the IT guy at work.
what, just some generic IT guy? Like,
Yeah, who legitimately is Korean in my place. And he's a fucking genius.
Oh god. Well, I've become. I was gonna tell you before we start the podcast, but I might as well tell you now. I've become that like weird guy, around the estate. That not that weird. That sounds weird.
You've
now.
always been a weird.
But,
What, the one who waits around in a raincoat?
No, there was 2 kids. No, 3 kids actually that were like round the corner.
Stop the stream. Stop the stream.
They were just fucking about in our car park, and no one can get there.
Yeah.
And I end up going and telling them to clear off. And then I was like, no, they're just bored. I've just become that guy. Next time snow falls, I'm expecting snowballs.
You're
you know what I
gonna,
mean?
no, you're going to roll out with salt.
Yeah.
Then you know
Salt
you're a
and
cunt.
shovel.
When you start salting the roads,
Spraying
you might
it
as
all
well
over
give
the
up.
roads. You'll be that guy who gets footballs kicked in his garden and they'll stay there forever because no one will dare knock on the door.
No, I won't be that bad.
Well, can't ask
I
Mr.
think
Cherrington
it
for the
changes
ball
when you
back.
become a homeowner, though. I
Yeah.
really do. Like, because
They legit had no
some-
reason to be round the back.
some
of the
some
house.
kids just walking past ours the other week during half term, and they weren't doing anything particularly bad. And they weren't old. They're probably like, I don't know, 11, 12.
Yeah.
But they were just loitering, and I went for a walk, and I was just like, yeah, I kept keeping an eye on them. They just looked
Shifty.
just bored.
Shifty
Rory just sat at the
11-year-olds.
window. Is like,
To be fair, we caused absolute terrors round your ends when I was
round your ends.
I grew up round the corner from that house, didn't I? They were my ends, mate. They were my ends. Thirlmere Road, safe as.
We used to be fair, I went Cheshire Oaks the other day for like a firework thing when they turned on the Christmas lights.
What, they're on already?
Yeah, around Cheshire Oaks.
It's going on all this weekend.
So I went up. I went there
Didn't know
just
that.
to watch the fireworks because I never got to a bonfire night.
No.
And and we what's it called? I said to Shireen, I went, do you know what? Groups of kids annoy me now.
Oh, no.
I've become an old like. I don't know what they do. They're not doing anything wrong, but it annoys me that there's groups of like kids just wandering about on their own.
Yeah.
They're doing nothing wrong.
They're
just
just
becoming
looking-
a grumpy old
They
man.
look imposing, don't they? They like look
Imposing.
like something's gonna
Chaz,
happen.
have you
or they're
seen
gonna
your
do
ears?
something.
They're not going to be fucking imposing.
No, but they're all taller than him.
As is
Yeah.
This is the short end of the
Yeah,
table.
midget. Yeah.
But
I'm taller than a 10-year-old.
it made me feel like an old man. I was like, I was actually debating going back outside and going, look, I know you use a board and that. Like,
Trying to recover the situation.
Yeah.
Do you want to play with bow and arrow? Like anything.
that was sounded weird.
Come back and play in my dark car
Oh, you
park.
can fire my bow and arrow with my car.
I've got a bow and arrow in my garage. Come and play with it.
Loads of sweets left over from Halloween.
You know you're scrapping that car.
Yeah.
Can we fire bow and arrow at it?
No.
You scrapping it?
Yeah, the polo's
It's
gonna
getting
die.
scrapped. We should be able to
Yeah,
fucking
why not?
fire a bow and arrow at it. See if we can get from.
I mean, when yeah, all right, maybe.
I can
want to see if
remember-
we can
I
get
can remember
rounds through it.
In high school, one of the teachers was getting rid of his car, scrapping it, and so he brought it in and he raffled it off, and I think like 20 kids won the raffle. Just got to smash it up with sledgehammers.
Oh, that's sick.
It was awesome. It's on the car park.
I made a right mess though, wasn't it? But
Yeah, but
I
I mean,
brush it up.
Yeah,
It's
imagine trying to do that today.
raised quite a bit of money, I think. You know,
Yeah.
teacher comes up to you and says, "Here's a sledgehammer. Do you want to have a swing at the car?"
imagine that now. Like, if that was on like YouTube or something, there'd be millions of comments on Facebook that'd go off. That'd be like, "It's so,
So
irresponsible." all
This
these
is what we
kids."
do with the polo.
What?
You only get right if it comes in with no windows and a fucking
No, I know that, but like, what? What are you
axe
trying
through
to,
the bonnet.
what are you trying
Right?
to propose?
I'm saying we make a video.
What have you smashing it up?
No,
you just
no,
want to look macho. You put a Lumberjack
There's the
t-shirt on,
local
and that's it.
children
No,
in
not
the
just
area
me.
smashing it up. All the local kids off the estate. raffle it.
No, we
Yeah,
just
then you won't be the old man. You'll be the cool guy.
The guy let him smash his car
And then
up.
forevermore, the kids will just be randomly smashing every new car they fucking buy up because they think it's okay.
Yeah, he's alright with the other one. Just do on this one.
still think it'd be a good idea. Shoot arrows at it. We could shoot a flaming arrow at it.
I'm sure it'd go out. It wouldn't set it alight. You'd have to fill it with like gasoline
Listen,
or
mate,
something.
There we go.
Just well, we find out if
Petrol.
it does, won't we?
Jerry can of petrol.
It happens on Rambo. We'll find out.
Or like on GTA when you have to hit the petrol cap.
Yeah, we could go
Yeah.
full MythBusters with the cars.
Yes,
just
the petrol
test
cap,
some
that
things.
was awesome.
We'll,
that was.
we can paint a bullseye around the petrol cap with the cap as the bullseye.
Will it golf club balls at it and see how big a dent you can make with a driver and all sorts of shit?
You sound like you just got loads of spare time. Maybe like you and Az could go off and do this podcast in the spare time that you'd be beating up the car.
All right.
I'm just joking.
I'm sorry. Realise you had no time free to have
I have no
fun.
time to smash up my car. I'd rather
No,
just get rid of it.
I can't. I'm
Get
like
scrap value.
Ozdemir at the moment.
You like Ozdemir?
No time.
No time.
No time.
Talking of UFC, who's should we break it down, or do you want to just go straight on to who's GSP getting next?
No, bricky.
You want to break
Yeah.
it down? Shall we go? I know the craziest fight, like the one that I thought was just mental. You stroking the spud?
It's just a new mascot, isn't it?
Do you want to
Well,
tell?
then
Do you want to introduce the new
him?
mascot?
Yeah, that's
My awesome girlfriend for the 100th episode got us a present, and his name is Spuddy the Buddy.
Buddy the Spuddy.
And he's made to hold rulers, pencils, and other assorted pieces of stationery. And he's now, even though we have no stationery, he is now the official mascot of VAP. Absolutely not even ape related.
Oh,
Like,
it's firework.
oh my god, please stop the stream. We'll do it after.
Don't miss
She
you,
can't
kill
find
you.
out. She can't find out.
She would go mad.
We'd set his hair on fire. Spuddy would be ruining day in minutes.
Spuddy will be here forevermore.
So now,
God,
not
John's
only
there.
have I got a girlfriend that's littering my house, my mate's girlfriends are littering my house.
Just random people, you know, just littering it.
Shireen's going to come round with something now.
Next
She
to
loves
Shireen,
candles. She loves candles.
Yeah, mate, if we let him in here, it'd be Yankee candles and
Scatter
fucking
pillows.
In fairness, though,
Christmas
Ches
balls
does burn
everywhere.
incense in here as if he's like Zen.
Nah, let's just get rid of the smell of my dog's farts. It's
dogs-
them
yeah, your
unnecessary
dog's farts.
pillows that are even comfy on your bed. That are like got
Throw
little
pillows.
jewels on them
They're
and
not
stuff.
comfy because you're not supposed to lie on them, Josh. Come
What are
on.
they there
What's
for?
the point?
They're there to make
He's
your
a
bed look
Cherrington.
good when
He's-
you get in and out of it, even though you're never gonna fucking like no one else is ever gonna see it.
Oh,
Been
get
a
this.
subject-
There's a woman at my work, and she has 2 duvets on her bed. She has a show duvet, which is like dead nice and posh, that she irons, and no one ever gets to sleep underneath it.
And a shag
And then when
duvet.
she gets in the bed, no, she peels the show duvet off, and the other duvet's on underneath, and then that's when she sleeps under.
Oh dear lord.
What if she pulls?
She's married.
Yeah, I can see her going away like for a weekend. And
What if
then
she pulls?
a fella doesn't think that she's gonna come back, and then she knocks on the door, and he's just there like in the show duvet, like bolloco, like shit. I didn't think you would come back.
no birds, nothing, just in the show.
Birds
duvet.
like that, that's the husband's fantasy. Like,
Yeah.
I want to fucking tear up the throw pillows. I want to have a wank under the show duvet. As soon as she fucking leaves,
Dark
anal
under that.
bitch.
Yeah.
I couldn't be doing with that. And I
I thought it was pretty mad when I heard it.
That is mental.
What was the justification? Was she just like, I just like nice?
She wanted it to look nice, but she didn't. Then she wanted like
Nobody-
a warm, comfy duvet underneath. It didn't matter what it looked like.
Is she having people come in her house, and she's like, and
Come down
yeah,
with me
come.
style.
Oh, look, this is our. Oh, we've done this with the kitchen. Come into the bedroom. You know, I want to show you my show. Well, not like that obvious, but like just lead them in there, and then they'll go, "Oh, your duvet is look. That looks good." And you're like, "Yeah, look at it." Like,
Imagine,
rub your
imagine
arms.
the reaction.
Yeah.
though.
I just think women think differently.
No, I know these kinds of couples. Why they've got show, why they've got show duty. Imagine going into someone's house. It's just a couple. Oh, the guy from work's gonna bring his wife. We're gonna have dinner. Blah blah blah. Would you like to see the bedroom? Which is code for you. You like to party?
You like to party.
You
Do you want
like
to put your keys in
party.
this bowl?
Yeah, just leave them there. We're all going to be shagging each other anyway. Is that ask her when you get there?
No, I can't ask her.
Hashtag
She's
part-
like the boss, not like the highest
Not
boss
after
I
all.
have.
Mate, if your boss is a part-time swinger, you and Jade could get some serious promotions.
Also,
Jay's like, you didn't fuck her like you fucked me. I'm going for this promotion.
Fuck yeah, I want a pay
Christmas
rise.
around the corner.
He's trying to pay if you want Jade's like,
do you want
"Dick
October
her down." She could be dead supportive. She wants to move to a bigger house. Dick her down. Take it. Fucking put in work.
That vision of her just like, you know, egging him on at the edge of the bed. That's-
Smacking him on the ass.
Jesus.
Sorry, I'm just.
we just beat it.
This
Welcome
podcast's
back.
got worse since you come.
It's gone downhill.
It's got less
It's
informative
tasteful,
and
and I
more
don't
dick
like
jokes.
Yeah, we used to do like informative episodes.
With
Look at
jinx.
that.
You owe me a soda.
Synchronization.
And now we don't. Now we just.
Well, we did that one with JB. That's our quota for the year.
That was our call.
Yeah.
For the year.
You went from doing episodes where you discussed conspiracy theories that were pre-prepared. We said before superpowers that were pre-prepared, and about 5 episodes ago, we spent 45 minutes on my arsehole. So that's how much it's digressed.
It has digressed to just 3 blokes in a room shouting at each other a lot of the time.
I was just amused how much Shaz just likes things in his asshole. I was just like,
He's
It's
had a
like
lot
it's
of
an
things
uncommon
in
thing.
his
I
arse.
just have the fucking balls to admit it. I ain't got to sugarcoat it.
no.
Sorry for Misty sometimes.
No, I applaud his openness. If
More
more,
than
men.
one way.
We said that this podcast is going to be at the forefront of putting things in your butt.
On the cutting edge.
On the cusp, the tip of the spear.
That's the one thing I haven't.
Literally the tip of the spear.
Oh,
Yeah, UFC.
I've lost.
How did we
I'm
get
gonna leave-
there from UFC?
Cliffhanger. I've lost something once. Carry on. No, I can't go any further into that. But I have lost something.
That was terrible.
That's
Don't
a
fucking
cliffhanger.
say
And
it.
what, you
Tell us
never
at the
found it? Or
restaurant
is it still?
later.
Is it still lost?
Oh no, it got out eventually.
Right.
Oh dear! Did you feel it slip and then you were just like sweating like, fuck, it's gone.
I like
I'm going to do one of them X-rays on World's weirdest injuries.
Yeah, like the Hot Wheels cars.
Look, yeah. Luckily, it did come out. It was perfectly shaped.
Did
to come
did the hamster skeleton come out with it?
out. Shove a gerbil in your ass through a tube.
Misty was there like a bucket, like like some sort of circus fair type
that
game.
game where you used to have it like arcades when you were a kid, where you had to catch the eggs as they were coming out the chicken. Do you remember that?
I was like, it's gonna be dead angry, so it's like whack a rat, you know what I mean?
Whack-a-mole.
just kill it.
Whack a hamster.
Yeah, it can't snitch on you, it can't Weinstein you. Can't Louis C.K. you? Did you see
Jesus
that in
Christ.
the news?
It wasn't. Yeah, wasn't that a joke? Didn't
I
he make
know.
a joke?
He made a joke, basically. There's a meme going around of a joke he made, essentially talking about this sort of stuff and saying how bad it was.
What the thing he used to enjoy for Rory? It's news articles are like on major news like networks though, so I don't know.
I've not
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
this
Louis
Louis
CK.
CK one. I've not
Louis
seen it.
C.K. Suppose
Yeah.
these some women have come out. Is it legit or am I just
Louis
like, have I
C.K.
been-
now is on the
next
hit
victim.
list. The
yeah.
hit list with Spacey and Weinstein and others. The guy at a Gossip Girl
And all the MPs as well. Over
All
it.
the
No, but it's
MPs.
not that bad for Louis. Louis just likes, you know, when you're
Likes-
dead proud of beating your meat and you
likes
wish there was
wanking
someone
in front of
watching.
female
Yeah,
comics.
he has someone there already just to preempt that it's a good one.
That's the thing. I literally heard, obviously not as famous as Louis C.K., but I literally heard a comedian talking about a story where he just wanked in front of a girl like 2 days ago. It was like a 5-day-old podcast.
The thing is, right, what I don't
But
get
no
is
shit.
how
This isn't all right. Like,
No,
I
I'm
don't
not-
know. That's not all right.
I'm
though,
not
is it?
defending it.
No, it was mutual. No, it was agreed
Oh, it was
upon.
mutual.
It
You
was
just said like
agreed
you just
upon.
wanked. Like,
No, it was
elevator
agreed
doors
upon.
open.
It
He's there
wasn't.
just-
It wasn't Louis C.K. that they were talking about had done it.
No,
It was
he did
another
it himself.
comedian.
No,
Yeah,
he did
Bert
it himself.
Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer did it himself. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
agreed upon.
It wasn't another comedian.
Yeah,
he wanked
agreed
in
upon.
front
That's
of.
all right.
Is that not? Was that not the
it was a
case with
random-
Louis C.K.?
No, it was a random girl he'd wanked in front of, and then she told him afterwards that she'd done it with another comedian. Was the Bert Kreischer story? Like she'd met another comedian at the comedy store and done the same thing because she had a boyfriend.
Shit.
So they were wanking it on it, like wanking it in front of each other, but
Right.
not.
Mutual masturbation.
So they
That's
couldn't
what it's
touch.
called.
Yeah.
That's what it's called on the internet.
What Louis C.K.'s done is apparently he's
I
whipped
call
his
that in
dick
my
out and
house.
started wanking at random.
And cornered the girl and aggressively wanked her. Nah, I'm joking. He might have asked her
Hands
first.
there.
Wait, the thing is, the thing is,
Yeah. This thing's loaded.
I'm not.
One wrong move and it's
He
gonna blow.
obviously shouldn't be doing that, but then you hear stories when you listen to comedians' podcasts about people whipping their dick out and how funny everyone finds it, and like Joey Diaz running on stage behind you. Did you hear about Joey Diaz?
that woman.
That woman's telling jokes, and she was a lovely woman, but she was like, her jokes weren't funny at all. So Joey Diaz was stood behind the curtain completely naked because they didn't want her to feel bad because they liked her so much, and her jokes weren't working. So Joey Diaz stood behind a curtain. Every time a punchline hit, he was ripping the curtains open, just bollock naked, and waving his dick around, and then shutting the curtain. And this comedy stuff, so everyone's roaring with laughter.
Yeah.
And she thinks, then she come back in the green room like, yeah, I killed it tonight. Like dead happy with herself, and nobody ever told her.
No one told her.
No, 'cause
must
you-
have ushered her out of there real quick.
She probably knows now.
Yeah, well, she probably wasn't.
Yeah, she definitely knows.
Probably
now.
wasn't famous enough for anyone to ask her about the show at the end. You
Yeah,
know what I
fair
mean?
enough.
So
Yeah, but we on the Educated Apes podcast, we don't think it's okay.
no, I'm not
masturbating in
condoning
front of
wanking
women.
in front of random women for no reason, but I'm just saying that in the
Yeah,
I imagine in green rooms in comedy clubs, weird shit happens all the time because they're all lunatics.
Yeah,
But that's the distinction though. It's random women. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
if it's
Well,
it's
so are
agreed,
comedians
no,
apparently.
but if it's agreed upon, there's no issue. No issue, is there?
No, the agreed upon thing is just like, I mean, yeah, you might not have to get it in writing, maybe just a text message, but then things don't sort of
What?
fly
Why do you
now.
need a text message?
I just feel like in this day and age, you need to safeguard.
I
them
just think
sort of
no one
things.
trusts anyone anymore.
Yeah, you need some
No,
kind
and
of
there's-
PDF
there's a
contract
reason.
you can download off the internet.
I mean, Spacey bought that kid a load of sweets, and he's just fucked him over like 15 years later. I'm joking. But it's the flavour of the times. I think it's going to get deeper.
I hope
and
it goes deeper.
and
We find
deeper.
out about all the pedos in Hollywood because
Well,
I'm
maybe not even
sure
that. It's just going to be loads of dirt's going to be getting chucked up.
Imagine if you want, like, a few of your heroes get brought down, like your proper heroes.
I feel like you're having to stretch for this.
unless it's
exactly.
unless
I'm always like
look, unless it's Stallone or Schwarzenegger, mate, then we're gonna be all right.
Arnie's paid his dues, kind of now. hasn't
Arnie
he?
fucked his maid. And got away with it.
her. Who cares?
He was still governor.
hard to.
She wasn't though.
I was
awful.
drunk.
Yeah, but it's a fucking at that point it's toilet paper or the maid.
He's a great man, isn't he? Bill
He's a
Burr
great
said it
man.
best.
But I can see it getting a lot deeper, and I don't know where it's going to end. But
It's got to
obviously-
end with pedos, mate. Like proper pedos, not like I thought he was 18 pedos.
You
Like
see these-
I knew he was a fucking child. That's what I was after pedo.
You see these like these tinfoil hat people on the internet that are saying that it's gonna that they're trying to desensitize us to it, and then slowly it's just gonna build to the top. Do you know what I mean? Like it's gonna go into government, and it's gonna go into like
It is already there. We know
yeah, but
it's
I mean like
happening.
it's gonna
what-
be
yeah.
open.
Yeah, so they're gonna
Because
they're
the
leaking out a
celebs are
few of
coming
these celebs
first,
first,
yeah.
just so we get used
Space
to
is a sacrificial lamb,
Get
and
used
then
to
it's
it.
just gonna slowly edge up, and to the point where we're just like, I mean, all these people did it. Why not? You know,
Why not?
Prince whatever, or do you know what I mean?
The Royals are at it. There's that one that's hanging about with a fucking pedo, isn't there?
Yeah,
Is it Prince Andrew or something like that?
yeah. One of them.
Yeah,
one
he's
of the
flying
big ones
around on
hangs
this
around the
jet
pedo.
that was like notoriously. The guy got arrested.
He's friends with a lot of famous rich people, though, isn't he? Didn't Trump fly in his jet as well?
But apparently he got arrested, and apparently he was using that jet to ferry
Shit,
like
no, it
Filipino
wasn't Trump,
girls
was it?
around the
Sorry,
world. So
sorry.
he's fucking,
Listeners, it wasn't Trump. That's slander. It was Bill Clinton.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
and Hillary,
Fake news. It was fake news.
fake news.
Clintons,
Fake news.
George Bush, Prince Andrew.
Oh, this was that,
billionaire.
all that fucking bullshit. What's it called?
No, that Pizzagate shit was
Yeah.
ridiculous. But like, I mean, no one had kids locked up at Planet Pizza in fucking Newark or wherever it was. But this guy's real. He got arrested
Oh,
for
I've
it.
read
He was
this,
flying
yeah.
fucking Filipino children around the world to his fucking weird sex parties on like Caribbean islands.
Yeah,
you
he's
know?
got an island, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I watched a documentary on that shit. Like, people that are in, like, maybe not severe poverty, but don't have any real respect for their children. Like, selling
They're in
them
severe
on...
poverty.
You know what I mean?
mate.
Like,
I've seen the same.
Yeah, they
same
just
one.
see him as assets, don't they?
It's fucking... It's bad.
Bad
But maybe
mojo.
that's the way we're raised, and, like, people know in their, like, circles, you know, like, their communities that they're doing it.
No, but the
And
thing is, it's the way the British society used to be like that back in the 1600s.
Yeah.
Not necessarily selling your kids into sex rings, but
But your kids came home and...
no, you'd send your kids to be so
Down the mines.
Let's say there was no. Let's say the local farmer didn't have enough people to tend his fields. Rather than your kid go to school, you'd send him to work on the farm, and you practically let the farmer adopt him, treat him like a slave. But it meant your kid had a future as a farmer. So you just did it, and you kind of just you didn't care about your kid's welfare as much as their future.
Yeah.
So you just
So now it's not a farm, it's a webcam in a back room.
No,
And
well, there was the dark side of that as well, where dads used to send the daughters off. Only a couple of 100 years ago, you used to send like the 14-year-old daughters off to get married, didn't they? To basically have like rid of them because they couldn't afford to have.
couldn't afford to keep him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
couldn't afford to keep them at that age.
Well, I mean that's what a dowry is really. You're paying someone to take your daughter off your hands because you can't afford to keep him. So you're
Yeah.
paying him a fee now to get him off your hands. So you don't have to pay that amount out long term.
Jesus.
That's what dowries are really.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
that's what they came from, wasn't
It's
it?
weird, like you get in, like you can make a marriage for like even like political levels, like royal levels, but the woman always comes with a dowry,
Yeah.
like a down payment. Sorry for all the shit it's going to cause. There you go.
Yeah. Like, sorry that
Hush money.
she can't, like, carry her own weight. Here's a bit of cash to sort that
She's a
out.
good cleaner. There you go.
And is that, like, transcended into the, traditionally, like, the father of the bride paying for, like, the wedding and
Yeah, I
stuff?
think that's where it comes from. I think that is where the tradition comes
Sort of, like, settling, make sure it happens and whatnot.
from.
Yeah, he's
So-
paying because he's off her hands. Or she's off his
Oh,
hands.
and she's now someone else's responsibility. So
He's-
you're paying him
he's
for
still-
you're paying him to take her on.
Yeah.
So, like, this... I don't want to get all,
old
like,
days.
social justice warrior and, like, feminist here, but...
But you're going to.
It's been it's sort of entrenched, isn't it? I mean, I SJW. I'm gonna put it on my Twitter handle.
Mate, not after
White
what,
Knight,
not
White
after
Knight.
what I sent you today.
White Knight. What?
A fucking woman.
You can't say
Oh,
why
yeah.
now. That's white privilege.
Yeah,
No, it's not.
it is.
You're just a knight. Why are you putting a colour
Just
on
a
it?
knight. You're a
No, because I'm a white knight.
It's a
you're a
bi
non-binary
everything
knight.
A binary knight. No, that's not right.
You're a
multicultural
you're a multicultural binary knight.
knight/knightess.
slash trans
knight.
knightess.
Yeah,
Actually,
trans
that's a good,
knight.
that's a good
Yeah.
point. Knight is a male position.
Exactly.
But there is no female position as a knight. I don't believe.
They call them dames
Knight-
now.
You're a dame, yeah.
Yeah,
You're a dame if yeah.
And Dame's just like, damn.
Damn, Judy Dench.
That's like the only dame I know.
Exactly.
That's
There was that runner who was a
that's
dame as
textbook household dame.
There's
Yeah,
got to be
Judy
another one we know.
Isn't
Kelly Summit, the runner.
Dame Kelly Holmes.
Damn. Oh, to be fair, back in the day.
Damn,
Kelly Holmes.
why did you block that up then?
What you say?
Whoa.
That's because that's a black way of saying damn. You have to
Alright.
throw a Y and a U in there.
We haven't even touched UFC. I've like really tried to drive us there. We just keep.
Just
Damn,
I'm not even
GSP.
gonna
let
touch it.
things flow.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
going to talk black for the rest of the show.
He's been openly racist on a lot of podcasts. I feel like Rory needs to come back and like police this shit.
It's because it's
That's
too
what
white.
happened. Yeah, what
We're too
happened was
white.
we lost our minority, and then Az just started pretending to be every minority.
I'm from the countryside in Cheshire, bro. We don't see anything but old white people.
You're
I'm
like
not
off the
accustomed
map,
to it.
aren't you? As well, like you text, you group message, and Aaron's just never there. He's
No,
never
I get
about.
nothing. Constant GPRS.
Got no Wi-Fi, no 4G. Just has to talk to his girlfriend
No.
constantly.
Yeah. Has to
My
have
pigeons that I keep
conversations.
sending keep hitting that window. Dying.
Hope he eats them before we get the message.
That explains the mess outside.
Yeah.
Pigeon bone everywhere. UFC.
UFC.
Let's do it.
Come on.
Let's do it.
Wait, can I jump in straight with GSP?
Yeah, go on.
Go
let's
for
hit
Does
it.
he stay at middleweight?
He
he gets
does
off roids.
because he's already admitted on the MMA Hour that it's in his contract that he has to fight Whitaker.
Really?
Boom. Already said it. So at the moment he's.
Yeah.
If anyone
okay.
doesn't listen
it's
to
in
the
his
MMA
contract,
Hour,
but I'm sure you can always break contract.
yeah, I mean, if he
Yeah,
says
he
I'll
was-
fight Conor at 170, I think they'll break his contract. But I think that's the only way they'll
Mm.
break it.
He
They're not
didn't
going to let
seem
him
like
fight
any
Woodley
confidence
because
today on the
Woodley's
MMA
not in
hour.
his Woodley's not in favours with the
He
UFC.
can't fight Conor.
He can fight Conor.
Con-
Anything's possible.
Connor won't fight him.
Conor fought Floyd.
Connor won't fight
Connor
GSP.
won't fight
Why would he
GSP.
fight GSP?
He won't
See
fight
the fucking
GSP.
size of him in that
Even-
cage the other day.
Even for money, Connor won't fight GSP because he'll get fucked up.
Jesus, they're dissing your
Gee,
boy.
If he
no,
if
I'm
he's taking
agreeing with them.
if
No,
he was
I can't
taking
fight
Mike
for-
Bisping down at will, imagine what he'd do.
Mike
No,
Bisping,
that's
Mike Bisping's a light heavyweight, really. That's fought
Yeah.
middleweight his whole career, but he could quite easily be a light heavyweight. He's
Well, that's
not
what he was on the Ultimate Fighter.
he's not a small human, is he?
No, he's a big
Right.
guy. But
Yeah, but
GSP looked
big,
as
yeah.
big.
Right. But
His back was like it was like
no,
double back.
GSP
Serious lat
looked
spread.
filled out, but GSP's not a huge human like Bisping. What's Bisping? 6'3"?
Yeah, he's tall.
Yeah, GSP's what, like every bit of
5'10" or 5'11".
5'10",
He's a
5'11".
Yeah.
thick build.
I mean, he
Yeah,
got
he's
thick
stocky,
for
yeah.
that fight.
got Hector Lombard's fucking 5'9". It doesn't matter how tall. He's a thick build.
But that
GSP.
what I'm saying is he looks normal at 170. He doesn't look out of place as a 170er. If Conor won't be able to stop them takedowns, not a chance.
No, he
This is
won't.
this is the first bad thing you've said about Conor. That's crazy.
No, because I've always
Stuck
said
his
that
tongue out.
GSP is the best fighter ever.
Yeah.
But he retired 4 years ago, and we've only been doing this podcast 2 years, or 3. So I've never really had a chance to really talk about him. But he's, I mean, I
Fresh
used to have a giant GSP fucking mural on my wall that I got.
Yeah.
Like, he was my favourite fighter for years, but
I think that's the funny thing is because a lot of people I think have come into the MMA and UFC, particularly since Conor's rise. Like my brother my brother got into it before Conor,
but
but
not much before.
before, and definitely after GSP left. So
I was exactly.
so GSP comes back and Ross is like, I've got no idea how good he is, who this guy is. You know,
what he's even
just
about.
knew nothing about him.
Yeah.
And like, so just went into the Bisping fight pretty much blind, just not knowing what to expect.
Yeah.
I had to
And then
go balls
just
deep.
seeing him dominate the way he did.
I thought that Bisping would do a better job of stuffing takedowns because of the size difference, as much as I thought.
It's a massive
Mate,
tool in his.
the massive surprise in that fight was how handy Bisping was off his back.
Yeah.
The way he posted to elbow, it was
Yeah, that was nasty. Yeah,
that was magical.
But
That made GSP not want to pass the guard because he was just thinking about these elbows constantly.
yeah, but don't you think that's I think Bisping worked that just because he knew he was going to get taken down at will.
yeah, he was like, this guy's going to be in my lap, so what can I do?
What can I do from my
Yeah.
back? Because he's not got the flexibility to probably throw up like triangles and rubber guard and all that kind of shit. So he's got to just go offensive or try and scramble up and then probably get choked out like
That
he did
shot
anyway.
he dropped him with, though. GSP hasn't dropped anyone like that for years.
Yeah, I know.
That Superman jab was beautiful. No one's thrown that for ages.
Not like GSP.
No. He props to him. He's an athlete.
I still think he's the best of all time, and I think this cements it, to be honest.
This little run he could have, he could dip in, fight 2 or 3. I mean, imagine if he beats
in
Whittaker.
though, if he dips in now, fights Whittaker, beats him,
Yeah.
and then fights Rockhold and beats him,
Yeah.
he goes down as the greatest fighter ever.
Go.
Do you think Rockhold might be a bit too much?
No,
though?
he'd take him
'Cause
down.
I think the reason he seemed so
He'll take him
not
down, smash
confident,
him up.
but he didn't seem like he was really trying to shoot away for it on the MMA hour was Whittaker isn't the biggest of middleweights, is
No,
he?
he's like that'd be stand-up textbook.
Yeah.
It's trading on the feet, and if GSP gets in trouble, ground.
Mm.
I feel like that's
See,
it.
GSP won't even
I-
trade with him. He
I
will
actually-
stand
You
yards
reckon?
away,
You reckon?
throwing leg kicks and take him down.
I think Whittaker's a challenge though. Whittaker's
Yeah,
fast,
legit
hands,
challenge, yeah.
fast on his feet. He's got a good sprawl. I think Whittaker could pose him problems.
I think Whittaker's a very good fighter, but I think
Whittaker.
Right. Look how Whittaker took apart Romero.
Yes.
And Romero is every bit as good a wrestler
a
as GSP.
legendary wrestler.
The
Sorry.
legendary at wrestling.
Yeah.
GSP in MMA has got the best wrestling I've ever watched.
He's not Yo Romero though.
Oh, mate.
See you soon, boy.
Mate, he never lost.
love you.
I love you, GSP. He never lost. He never lost the welterweight belt
Did you see? Oh,
after he won it back off Matt Serra.
mate, but I can't see.
I've never seen him miss a takedown.
I can't see
Properly.
him, like Rory's just said, posing a threat in the wrestling if he defended against Yo.
No, I'm not saying that he's not going to pose a threat. I'm not
type of takedown.
I'm not saying he's not going to pose a threat.
Different type of takedown.
I just think that if GSP does fight Whittaker, it'd be lax of. I'm not saying he would, but it'd be lax of GSP to look past Whittaker to the likes of Rockhold and just really cementing his legacy.
Yeah.
I think he would really need to take Whittaker seriously.
I don't think he would look past
No,
him,
I don't.
but
I don't think he would.
No, I
I think he's too clever of a fighter to do
Yeah.
that. But
I don't know. The aliens could get him.
The fact that he's even released on the MMA hour that's in his contract,
Yeah.
he's sort of settled to
that he's doing it.
that's about
Yeah.
to happen.
That's
yeah.
a good fight.
That's a quality fight.
when you heard him in the lead up to the Bisping fight as well, I think it seemed like the only thing he was that concerned about, the one thing he kept talking about was the size difference.
And the aliens.
And the size difference.
Yeah.
So I think where he probably is that little bit more confident. He probably thinks, which is the way he should be thinking, he probably thinks he's better than Whittaker. And if he's smaller than Bisping, he probably feels even more confident because that's just the mentality you have to be GSP.
yeah.
Probably thinks he's better than Whittaker. If he's
No, he
smaller,
doesn't.
it'll be easier.
No. If you knew GSP as a personality,
He's scared of everyone.
He's scared of everyone.
No, but he said the same fucking interview. He said he's believing that he's the best. And all they say all that visualization shit. Say believing he's the best.
yeah.
So he's scared of fighting, but believing he's the best is the biggest thing for him.
Isn't it crazy when you see someone that good at fighting and say, "I'm scared of fighting"?
I think it's fucking awesome.
I think it shows how someone can turn around and like not maybe reprogram their brain, but reprogram their thoughts to think like, because he was saying on like we're ripping off that, but he was saying on there that on the MMA hour that he does this so he has that lifestyle, and then he thinks that this is just like a small sacrifice for him to be able to just train every day and be a mixed martial artist, which generically that he's invested so much time in his body and in his mind in that field. Do you know what I mean? So I mean, it is for him. It's a small trade-off to fight, but then also he has to get through these fights. So he puts together unreal. Do you know what I mean? Like having Freddie Roach in your corner. That
He was the first. Do you know what he was? He was the first MMA guy to do it right.
yeah,
He was the first one that wasn't just content to sit in his camp and go, right, you're the head coach, you know everything. I'm just going to like devote myself to you. he'd be like, right, well, I'll use fucking Jackson's for my game plan.
Yeah.
I go to Henzo Gracie for my jiu-jitsu. Freddie Roach is teaching me boxing. Like,
And for being that
Habi
sort of guy,
is putting it all together for me.
and he's
then,
open to do that because it's GSP.
And then he's like, and then he was going to fucking Joe Rogan, going, will you show me taekwondo kicks? There's a video of it.
show me spinning leg
Yeah,
kicks.
I can't throw that spinning back heel kick like I've seen you throw it.
Yeah.
When you're willing to just take
didn't
advice
he,
of anyone.
He trained wrestling with the Russian and Canadian Olympic teams.
Yeah.
The Russians were in Canada training
in the snow
training with the Canadian
because it was slightly
wrestlers.
warmer.
And GSP went to their like training
Less
camp
wolves.
and like spent a summer training wrestling with Olympians.
And then he was going, when he retired, he was going to try and make Rio
Wow.
in the Canadian Olympic team.
Wow. He's a phenomenal human. He gets a lot of hate because of his
I
personality.
fucking love him.
I mean, drop the accent and I might be in, but
I don't know how you can hate him
I'm
at all.
joking.
No,
I know he does get a lot of shit, but I
He
think
he was the
so
biggest.
much
He was the first Connor.
You
He was
reckon?
doing he was doing million.
Well, before Conor, he
But on a
is the
different plane, but-
biggest
He was doing
pay-per-view
He
draw.
was doing million pay-per-views every time he did it. He sold out 75,000 in Canada,
Yeah,
biggest
yeah. No,
biggest
I'm
gate
not-
to date.
Not disagreeing,
still. And he made it into the Captain America.
but
for
yeah.
all of 3 minutes.
How many
Cool, though.
fighters have tried to follow the GSP route,
Well, you can't
the
because
GSP game plan? They can. They could try and diversify.
What?
their
Try to
camps
pretend that
and-
they're a real martial artist.
and
pretend,
all that stuff. But how many fighters have tried to follow the Conor route?
Yeah, because that's an easy route.
It's easy to talk
Yeah,
shit.
I'm saying like
It's hard to be real.
it's
I think-
hard to compare the two and saying like that he's the.
No, I'm
He
just
was
meaning he was the
the-
first
yeah.
star.
I think the thing is, people see the Conor route and say that's an easier route than the
I'm just gonna
GSP
talk some
route.
shit.
Yeah, but what they don't realise is Conor is mad.
doing
He
the
does-
GSP thing behind the scenes.
Yeah, and he does research into his smack talk so that his smack talk is next level.
I think he has writers. He must have writers.
No,
No, I think he might have a team helping him research
I
stuff.
think he's
Writers
just
sending
combined with
him clickbait.
writers combined with being that like Irish, like in a group of lads, you know, like us lot. If you take that sort of mentality into there,
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be
Do
a
you know what I mean?
writer in terms of like a professional from Hollywood, but it could just be like, you know, you researching stuff and writing him little snippets. You know, this guy does this shit, and just writing him little
Yeah.
notes that he then takes on and builds that into his
I
smack
just
talk.
think
He's
he
already
was
got
the
that
funniest
attitude.
guy in a group of lads.
Oh, I
and
think
he's
no.
just fucking
Oh,
run
he's-
with it.
yeah.
I think he's got that anyway, but
Yeah.
I just think he's doing next level stuff behind the scenes on his smack talk game. The way, and people don't realise that and see that smack talk as an easier route than the GSP route. But then you've got the complete opposite of both almost, like the third route, which is Rose's way.
Yes.
The
we
way-
can get onto that right
The way
now.
Rose ended that fight with after smashing Joanna and just straight went to the whole thing about this is just entertainment.
Why can we not just-
Everyone be nice to each other? Like that is a crazy route. Like she does no real in like press conferences and the stare downs and everything. She's so quiet, doesn't make any big deal of herself, just calm, collected, just confident in herself. She has a little mantra about being calm and confident and champion and all that, whatever it is, the 3 C's or something.
Yes.
Just like a little mantra and just does her business.
I thought. I honestly didn't see a way she was going to win. I was shocked how that happened.
Oh yeah, no, I'm massive shock.
Not
Massive
just
shock.
when turn her lights off as well.
You saw for the whole fight, Joanna had. I said it whilst they were fighting. She could not reach her, and it was just so weird that Joanna just couldn't land on her.
I
Everything
think-
was falling short.
What we were saying before, though, I think Joanna was looking past her.
Yeah.
She didn't see her as enough of a challenge, and she was too focused all the way through all the embedded. All she was talking about was matching and then beating Ronda's record and cementing herself. So I think she was just too focused on that and not enough on the opponent in front of her.
I think.
Plus, I think Rose came in with an awesome game
Do you know
plan.
what I think this is? I think this is Joanna. Again, you won't remember this, but this is Joanna's Matt Serra to what GSP did back in the day.
Yeah,
She'll lose this fight.
come back better.
So do you know what happened with?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I had
so
to go,
she-
but I had to go balls deep after the press conference in Vegas.
She'll come back
Do my
now after
GSP
this. I
research.
think get a rematch with Rose, beat the brakes off her, and then beat the
See,
brakes
the
off everyone.
difference is though, correct me if I'm wrong, but Matt Serra didn't pick apart GSP in the first round.
He did. He chased him around the ring, throwing shots at him, and GSP didn't know what to do with himself.
Was it a first round finish?
I think it was the second round, but he like bulldogged him.
Oh, no, I remember-
GSP
yeah, no.
didn't know what to do.
Yeah, no, I do remember. I remember the fight in the way it went in terms of the pressure, the forward pressure and GSP
but
just
GSP
was off his
didn't
game.
want to take him down because of how good Matt Serra's jiu-jitsu
yeah.
was at the time.
Yeah.
So he was scared of that, and then after that, he was like, "I'm never letting that happen again." And then he beat that fuck out of Matt Serra the second time. He had him in turtled up, and he was fucking landing jumping knees into his ribs and that. It was fucking brutal. But I think Joanna might do something like that to Rose.
See,
I like Rose. I think Rose is good. I still think Joanna's a better fighter. I think she overlooked her and it didn't go well her way. I could be wrong. And if the other
do you not think it's quite similar to the way Rockhold overlooked Bisping?
Yeah.
Rockhold saw Bisping
Didn't feel like
as
he deserved to be
not
in
a
the
challenge.
cage with him.
Yeah, didn't deserve it. So was just dead lax. Didn't come in with a proper game plan.
Got sparkled.
And then just got sparked.
Yeah.
Again, same punch, left hook.
I think Joanna Rose is worse though. I think that the way she behaved on the way to the cage could not look like any more of a thunder cunt. Because she was way over the top, all the way up to the cage, all the shit she was doing when the camera was on her, blah blah blah, and then like you said, probably looking past her.
The thing is, I think Joanna just recently got a real manager because she started like dressing up a bit.
She
and,
ditched the polo tops.
Yeah, she must have had a stylist.
She's got some money though, hasn't she now?
Yeah,
She's like, I'm the one. She did all that kissing her fist and putting it to the camera.
she started having them Champ Reebok fucking sliders.
She
was wearing
self-named
them.
herself Joanna Champ.
Joanna Champion, yeah.
No, just Joanna Champ. That's it. Like that, she keeps saying
No one
Joanna
can say a
Champ.
second name.
God
Well,
knows.
probably. Imagine
She'll be
a
the champ
Southern
again soon,
American
don't
trying
worry.
to say her name. I'm not going to do it.
Isn't it
What?
Yeon Jacek?
Jen
Jacek.
Jen Jenchek, innit?
Jen.
Jen
Jen
Jacek.
Jenchek.
It's like between the two, innit? It's a bit Gian.
Joanna
but a bit
Jen
Jen.
Jenchek.
Yeah, I like how you
But
talk
it's
about
it's not. It's Joanna. She doesn't
Joanna.
say Joanna. It's Joanna.
Batch French accent time.
Oh,
Oh, that was well French. his voice rasps perfectly. Sounded like the chef of Little Mermaid.
Be our guest.
Oh, no, that's Beauty and the Beast.
Ah.
Be our guest.
I'm from France.
Josh he doesn't know Disney right now.
I don't know films.
No,
So.
Little Mermaid's the chef.
Yeah, but have you
What
not
is
noticed
this?
over since you've been gone how many film references me and Az chuck at each other and he just looks at us like we're dicks.
Like we did.
He hasn't got a clue what's going on.
We got a good day when we mentioned The Matrix. He was down with that, but other than that, we've not caught him yet.
We've had a viewer say that Rose won't sell pay-per-views, but I disagree. I highly disagree. What do you think?
I think more Americans will buy it.
Yanks love Yanks.
Yes, and I also think that Rose, like, they're going to throw people at her, and if she keeps batting them back with this just,
Do you know what?
like a mantra and a face, you know what I mean? She's going to, GSP did it
I think
for years.
I think if you look at Rose, she's very good, nice looking. That bald-headed look is cool as fuck. I think she's marketable. It's just if they can get her a PR person who can get her to
Get
come
her
out of the shell a
yeah.
bit more.
You follow her Insta.
Do you know what
she's
she should
out of
do?
the
She
shell.
should let her fucking boyfriend talk for her because he's funny as
Pat
fuck.
Barry.
Yeah.
He can't stop talking for her.
No, but he's hilarious.
So he's
You see-
like, back of every interview.
That's
he's
a
like,
reality
By the way,
TV
Rose,
show if I've
when
ever
Rose
seen
used
one.
to have long hair, right, back in the day, before she was fighting in the UFC, it was like before I even knew anything about women's MMA,
yeah.
she was with Pat Barry when he was fighting in the UFC. And they used to do these, like, dead cool videos with each other all the time, where, like, Pat Barry was asleep and she'd just run in the room and start beating him up with boxing gloves on, like properly properly whacking him and waking him up and all sorts of shit. And now she just never seems happy.
No, I think they've been through a tough time. And I think she was very serious.
For me, I think she's marketable, and I think she could sell pay-per-views.
If they could get doing that sort of shit again.
Especially if she can get a few results on pay-per-view of her doing like she did to that. I can't remember her name. Was it Waterson? The one she choked standing up.
Waterson,
When she's
Flying
on her back and just.
Well, you should know. She's your countrywoman. Sorry.
What's compatriot? Was that just a Russian thing? Compatriot.
No, that's
Compadre is Spanish.
That's Conrad. That's Comrade.
Comrade.
I will crush you.
Compadre, you Chinese? See.
Should we all get dead disappointed about the middle fight then?
That was so
I was really upset.
bullshit.
I so wanted Cody to win.
He's just such a nice, like, likable guy. And we met him in Vegas.
I just want him to win because his wife's so hot.
I just didn't want that fucking
Allegedly.
snake to win.
And she's with child. Nah, I think I like TJ.
I like
now.
TJ. I like TJ. I used to like him. I really liked him when he was smashing Barrow. And I think he's a great fighter.
It's just snaky.
But I prefer Cody as a person, and I really like the way that Cody just tore up Cruz.
Yeah,
I love that fight, and I thought, wow, yeah, Cody's the real deal after that.
he's the man.
He fucking looked the real deal until that happened. How fucking he was like, it was like some Matrix shit.
I think he was too.
How fast he was.
No,
He said himself.
Too
He said he
involved.
made one mistake and he capitalised on it.
Yeah.
I
the
think
one
as
mistake
well,
he made was letting him leave that first round. But
I've heard that. I heard Joe Rogan say this, that one of the biggest, probably not mistakes. It wasn't a mistake, but it kind of went against Cody. Was getting that knockdown in the first. Matt gave him a bit too much confidence that he could do it again.
Dropped his hands, got kicked in the fucking mug.
he was marching forward more in the second round, and then we saw the clip from, and I don't know if it was just like sort of timed well or whatever, but the clip from the corner where Dwayne was like, just throw the leg, just throw the leg, don't set it up, because I'm guessing TJ had a certain setup to free up that side of his head.
Oh, he does.
To then throw the leg.
He uses certain foot movement, and what he does, he practically stands on his opponent's foot,
Yeah.
drops his body down to the right, and throws that left high kick.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if he misses it, he's normally quite off balance because he's so close into you.
Yeah.
He's way off balance. He's over.
He has
He's
got a
overbalanced.
strange way of landing that, hasn't he?
There's some really good videos on YouTube of analysing his foot movement and how he sets up, especially that kick and the takedown.
You know that kick where he's off balance? It's almost a capoeira kick.
That's how he throws it.
Because
yeah.
you,
So his body weight's coming across his thigh.
normally
like,
in capoeira they throw that kick and they put the hand down and
Yeah,
cartwheel
base.
out
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it
yeah.
essentially, and
Yeah.
it looks really fancy then. But what he does is, like you say, he's
Generates a lot of power though, doesn't it? They did that breakdown, a different style. It's just sidekicks, turning sidekicks.
You've been watching too much late TV.
No, it's not.
No,
It's just fight
I'm
science.
prepping, man. I'm prepping. I'm a throwing this
As I
capoeira
remember,
kick in a couple of
fight
weeks.
science. It's the one where Connor's jab was the quote.
It's the same channel, but it was a different video.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just this capoeira style kick. The
Yeah.
guy looked a lot like Connor's movement coach. It just wasn't him.
Yeah,
Do you
it
think
looks
they
like
all-
Yes,
Waldo
I've seen the
Portal.
same
I think they
one.
all look like that. To be fair, just dead tan,
Anyone
long
who's-
hair.
Yeah, anyone's
ripped
into
as
movement.
fuck.
Anyone who's into movement, capoeira or parkour,
Well, capoeira's got like a real strange story behind it, hasn't
or
it?
male yoga teachers.
Wasn't it because they weren't allowed to practice martial arts?
Yeah, they just
So
weren't
they made
allowed
it
to
a dance.
fight.
They created a dance martial arts to camouflage
because
the fact that they
The
were
authority's
they were
like,
fighting.
I'm the authority. You are fighting over here.
no,
and you're
be-
like,
well,
no,
it was-
we're just dancing.
Yeah, it was because
it might
the
look
It was
aggressive.
because the Spanish had charge of the. Was it the Spanish? The Portuguese
yeah.
had charge of Brazil, and they
Yes.
didn't want an uprising of
Yes.
people learning
Yeah,
to fight.
they didn't want a militia, basically.
Yeah, so they didn't let them fight, so they made a dance.
Yeah, and that's that beat with the, like they do the 4-step, 3-step sort of to
Yeah.
and throw and to and fro, and it looks cheesy, but there's some things from it. You see them capoeira knockouts. You type it in on YouTube. There's
Yeah,
one
some
severe
sick.
one. Jeez.
By the way, everyone's seen Never Back Down when you were younger, hadn't you?
Yeah, exactly. That painted it in a bad light.
You know the geese, you know the geese who did the capoeira.
Yeah, and then the guy just
And
Superman
then
punches
Superman
him.
punched him when he flips up.
Who
Right?
looks a lot like TJ.
I seen a video going around on
Yes, on Facebook and stuff.
on Twitter the other day. I probably had about
I got taken in by this video. a long time
10,000
ago.
comments. It must have had me. I
Yeah,
was scrolling
thinking
through
it's real.
and someone had put US Marine versus capoeira fighter in underground nightclub.
Yeah, but the reason it works.
It's like a camera.
It's a different
angle.
camera
Yeah,
angle.
somebody's got the camera angle that they've like.
They
It's
didn't-
like on like a balcony, isn't
Yeah.
it? Up and down on it. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they were like, and then everyone's like, and then I literally read through about 100 comments before someone put "That's off, never back down, you belly."
For me, no
Rory
cheese.
called me out on that.
Go on,
one.
go on.
I went to show that to. I showed that to
Oh my
Ross.
God.
Oh yeah, I did. I noticed. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, as.
I'd never seen Never Back Down. Like, you turn the mic off.
Az is out of this conversation. Az doesn't deserve to be here.
I've
That
never
was
seen the
terrible.
film. It was some bullshit. Rory, can you pop that for me, please?
It is
Tufts.
it's disgruntling to know that you Oh my
I've never
God.
seen the film, and by the
Yeah,
way,
but
I
then to
have
walk
since.
over, like,
I have since.
some proud. I found this really cool thing on
See
the
this
internet.
underground
No.
MMA.
Hey,
Have you seen?
No,
have
I
you
just-
seen?
I
Have you
don't
seen?
know,
Have you
how dare
seen?
you? I just went like that. Oh, you seen that? That was all that went
Have
down.
you seen Never Back Down 2?
Oh,
No.
let's make another one of
Eddie
that.
Bravo's in it.
Eddie Bravo's in it. Todd Duffy's in it.
I
As a
haven't seen it,
fighter,
no.
it's got Michael J. White in it.
Oh,
It's got
Is it good,
It's
or
got
is it-
Lyoto Machida in it.
is it good?
No,
you
it's shit.
expect it to
But
be
it,
good?
First one was dog shit.
For
There's a
me-
reason I hadn't seen that
Whoa,
film.
whoa, whoa!
It was
the first
terrible.
one, mate.
Brother.
The first one, legit, second best MMA film ever.
After Warrior.
Behind, it was also I loved that
Warriors,
film,
Warriors bad.
but it was bad.
Whoa!
Warriors bad.
Bad.
Warriors
Warriors
no.
twice in
No.
2 nights.
Yeah, that's why it's bad. That's why it's bad. They fight twice, have a night off, and then fight again.
Yeah, it was fucking.
No
bad.
one can do that.
Listen. Doesn't matter. It's a movie.
I'm sorry, but never.
Have
Back
you ever
Down
been
was
for a
dog shit
really
as well.
big run and then the next day just been like, I'm just gonna run again? It's like that.
No.
but getting punched in the
Nobody
face.
turns green when they get angry either, but we'll just fucking suspend disbelief for that.
Yeah, but that's suspending disbelief
mess
for
with
something that's
Banner.
crazy.
Don't
That's
mess
suspending
with Banner.
disbelief for something that is unbelievable. If you're making a film about realistic things, it should be realistic.
I should have just come up with the SpongeBob 3 months later, and then just had the second fight. Like, just,
later.
Well, there's no reason they couldn't have had a break and had his dad's
Rory just wants
his
to
dad's mental
Think of the
breakdown.
fighters.
Has in the Warriors, anyone noticed how much Josh looks like the dad?
Whoa.
Mm.
Whoa. He looks rough.
And
You Nick Nolte. Bro, you Nick Nolte.
Have I got like alcohol problems and that? What?
No,
did
just
he used
in-
to beat his kids. and
I think
shit?
just in the face, just you look like it.
Nick Nolte,
Cheers,
mate,
bro.
in his day.
Like a
was
young one or
lady
just, like,
killer.
legit?
No, just him.
Rory, I brought you into my house. I've shown you some fireworks.
It's a compliment, bro. Nick Nolte in the 80s, slay
that a
pussy
compliment?
like Rory in
Slayed.
China.
Yeah, I wasn't alive in the 80s, so I missed out on that.
Yeah,
Like
but I'm
Rory
talking about
with
when
a
he was
katana.
younger, like when he was your age. He's slaying pussy, bro. Slaying pussy.
Oh, well, I'm not.
well,
Slaying
that's-
what? He's slaying
obviously, I'm not
one
Nick
pussy,
Nolte.
bro. Just one.
Well, I haven't said it on the podcast yet. Aaron, I don't think you ever made a formal
We spoke
announcement.
about it, but I never formally announced it, no.
It might be a curse of the podcast. I don't know. Not a curse, maybe a blessing. But yeah,
Bro, it's good. Yeah.
it's a
I
me.
have not made my
Like
decision
myself, expecting a child. Girlfriend is pregnant. We're not finding out, so I don't know if it's a boy or girl.
You're not finding out?
But Aaron's also no, we're
Also-
not finding out. Aaron's also, about to be a father.
Me baby daddy.
The weirdest thing is, I'm the oldest person here, and I'm nowhere near.
I think we're gonna make it.
A
Me and
baby.
Aaron are gonna make the spin-off podcast. It's gonna be like a sort of
Dads
like
and
Daddy Day.
lads.
We said it.
Dad's
We said it.
podcast,
Thing
yeah.
his wedding. Daddy
What do you call a
daycare.
Well,
baby ape?
I can come back in then.
yes.
Yeah, Daddy daycare podcast.
What do you call a baby
Bye,
ape?
bitch.
Pardon?
Have baby monkeys got their own name? Like
No, we've got a new
puppies?
podcast.
Just
going on.
babies. The primates aren't they? Called babies.
I don't know.
Yeah, like a
Good
sheep's
question.
called a lamb
Or a cub.
or a calf.
Yeah, and
Or a
like a
puppy.
human's called a baby.
But they're not humans.
Yeah, but
right?
the primates. So
Alright.
baby.
There might be some sort of technical term.
Riding
for it,
on a pig.
Baby monkey.
Yeah, there we go. We had that on. You used to have that as a theme song.
but I know we've had some terrible theme songs, and then Pricey. Pricey's been on like quite a lot of podcasts just because he's the first. Yeah,
The first voice that everyone hears.
I never knew that was pricey when it
We
was first
invited
being
him to
played.
this as well.
Price
He was
is
just
on
like,
every
nah.
podcast.
Not
Fair
everyone.
enough.
Everyone after like the 30th or something
Yeah.
like that.
Weirdly, we got rid of him, but we can't get rid of him.
No, we can't. Can never erase him. And I don't feel like we'll ever change
No,
that theme tune.
People have told us to as well. Some weirdos.
Some weirdos.
Yeah.
You weren't even in that.
Those people can die.
Oh,
Never.
whoa.
Never getting rid of that theme song.
But yeah, what were we on about before when I brought the kid thing up? There was a purpose for it, and I
You
can't
were just-
remember.
we were on about Warrior and MMA films.
Nick Nolte being a pussy
Nick
slayer.
Nolte. your
You being a pussy
similarities to Nick
slayer
Nolte.
of one single pussy.
Yeah, I can't remember.
You're talking about the curse of the podcast.
Podcast curse.
Or
babies.
blessing. You both use curse there. Or blessing.
Oh, bless.
I'm gonna be a father.
It's madness. I think it's going to change your perspective on everything.
It
I
does.
think Rory will
It
be
does
able to
change
tell
everything. It's mad.
A lot of judgmental eyes on the live
Absolutely
feed. Looking,
madness.
Az looks young. Az looks very young.
that. So small. Is this child going to be a midget? I hope his child doesn't suffer.
Children
from
having children.
that. Children having children.
It's the crew way.
I yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for that change. I don't know if I'm ready to be
A grown up.
a grown up.
I don't. For me, I mean, like, one of the main reasons I stepped away from the podcast is just because of my time limitations, mainly because I've become a father.
Yeah.
And it is fucking hard. I mean, the good thing is if you've got a partner who like supports you and stuff, once they've gone to bed, especially if you're lucky enough to have a child that will sleep through the night, your evenings are free.
If you're not lucky enough, there's always sleeping tablets. Just think about that.
What for the baby? They
Yeah.
make them.
Yeah, well, you have to.
You
do.
crunch
I think
up
they just
like a
used to give them
tenth.
whiskey and shit, didn't
They
they?
just chop one into quarters.
You have to be careful because if you give it too much, like whiskey or something, you have the shit's really bad.
Oh, that sounds like a man speaking
That's
from
a man.
experience.
Some man that's caused diarrhea in his child with whiskey.
Oh my god.
No, I've been dead lucky. She slept through like since like 3
And
months
she
old.
can handle her ale.
Yeah.
I had a really good friend, and I told him about this, and he said I was like, I'm a little bit scared, like you would be, and he turned around and gave me this like emotive speech where it was like, you're never gonna really feel love, and like everything you've ever thought was love is a lie until that one day when you like hold your own child, and that moment for me, that is petrifying. You know, like allegedly, when we psych ourselves up to take the MT or whatever, that you feel scared, but like I feel scared.
I feel scared.
I get all giddy.
So to that point,
I think that's you being scared and having nervous laughs.
for me, I'm scared now to meet my child in May. That's fucking mental. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like twisted.
No, you're right, because it is a bit of a tidal wave.
Fathers in arms.
That level of emotion at the beginning is an absolute tidal wave, and it's made even worse by the fact that you have 2 weeks off paternity leave and you get no sleep. So you're emotional
Yeah.
because you're just on a bit of a high, and then you have two weeks off where you don't.
What's up with you?
What?
He's hoping to get sleep on
2 weeks
paternity
off. I
because-
thought I was getting pure nights on the piss. 2 weeks
2
off.
2
At
weeks
least you
chilling.
on Boxing Day. That's Christmas do season, right? Why aren't I?
we need
why
to go
aren't
wet
I
the baby's
sleeping?
head at least once.
Yeah, you
first.
need
At
to
least
come out
4
once,
times. I'm
yeah.
off for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday.
Just make sure all your friends have been.
Exactly.
It's
No, you do. I mean, I went to wet the baby's head, and yeah, you do. But at the same time, it's absolutely.
I love that. That's a proper man thing. Like,
Yeah.
we'll go wet the baby's head. You look after it, love. We're going
No.
pub.
my old man. Like, my dad was on about because he was here when her nan and her auntie were here the other day when they were visiting, and he was on about my dad wasn't at my birth. He was down the pub with his friends, and they what you call it? They called the pub.
But I think that's a cultural thing.
Yeah, they called the pub and was like called the landline. Obviously, the hospital did and was like, yeah, your son's been born, and they were just like, whoa. He said his dad has just carried on
I just
drinking.
think it's-
Never came to the hospital.
My dad.
Oh, really?
My
Yeah.
dad left. Took my mum to the hospital. I was born, and then when I was born, I was a bit small, and I had to go into intensive care dead quick. And
I can smile about this now because
yeah, he's fine. I'm alive. Don't
You're a
worry.
giant.
So,
Yeah,
my mum obviously went with me, and then my dad was like, "Oh, I'm going to the pub, wet the baby's head." Went to the pub.
I swear you told me this story before. When your mum was about to go into labour, didn't she say to your dad, "I'm in labour," and he went, "Let me just watch this episode of Corrie first."
Whatever it was, I think it was like
He was like-
it was like porridge. It was
Yeah,
like
it was
one of the proper sitcom.
It was like a sitcom. He's like halfway through. He's like, "Yeah, just let me finish
Let me
this."
just finish this, and then I'll take you down there. Like,
Oh my god.
then he went straight to the pub.
That's unreal. That is class.
The thing is, I think everywhere like labour's different as well. Like, I didn't have time to think for ours. Like
Just go time.
because the Saturday, all day, Jade was saying she was feeling like something. She wasn't sure. She said it wasn't painful, so she didn't think it was actually contractions, but it must have been. So we had a normal Saturday, just walking around like Nantwich and going for food and stuff. And then the Sunday, I woke up at 4 a.m. to Jade screaming. She had all the windows open upstairs because she said she was hot, and this is October. I was freezing. And then so that was 4 o'clock, and then by 7:15, that was it. Done.
4 o'clock to
What
quarter
time are
past
you
7.
home?
3 hour.
Romeo.
3 hour labour.
It's
What time are you home?
convenient.
Well, we had to stay in overnight because she lost quite a bit of blood, so they kept her in under observation, just keeping an eye on the blood pressure and things, just in case.
Yeah.
So we ended up staying a night and then came back about midday the next day.
I'd worked with someone recently who had a kid, and he said to me that it was his first kid was in and out in 5 hours to him being back at home.
Yeah, it can be. I mean, if Jade hadn't lost blood, we would have been sent home that day.
Yeah.
They only kept us because of the blood loss.
It's crazy how like modern times are just so. Because like, yeah, you rabbited me about finding out about the sex and whatnot, but other things like that they can
I did the
detect
same
stuff
to him.
and they.
You didn't know, did you?
I found out. We found out.
You
Yeah.
found out. Who else didn't know? And I told them they were idiots.
They were idiots.
Fool. I pity the fool.
Because I've got like a heart disease, whatever you'd want to say, and they were like, oh, we can the scan that you had when I was like 12 weeks old or whatever, they can do that on the baby now inside the womb.
Do it
On the heart. No, they are doing it, dickhead. I'm not there like, no, don't scan the heart. We don't want to find out whether he's got a heart condition. What are you mental?
Just said he, you know.
No, I want a he, so I call it a he.
It is funny though, because like there was a girl at my work and she just called her baby it all the way through pregnancy, and I thought that's horrible.
Well, ours is called Keith. And we legit call it Keith. I'm like, how are you and Keith? And she'll send me much love for me and Keith. No, me, Keith, and OP. It's just Keith. It's just no, because I don't know. You have to call it something other than it, like Rory was saying.
Yeah, especially this year.
My,
Georgie.
I know.
Call it Pennywise.
Popcorn.
My dad used to call me Bilbo before I was born
Bilbo.
because he was well into Lord of the Rings, like the books and that. My dad loves books,
What a dork.
so he used to call me Bilbo Bachelor until I was born.
Bilbo Bachelor.
Yeah,
It's got a nice ring to it,
Yeah,
but that is dorky as fuck.
yeah, no, but it's cool, isn't it?
Bilbo
It sounds
Bachelor.
mint, but it's skeptical.
I quite like the alliteration.
Yeah.
Bilbo Bachelor.
It's got a full, it flows well.
I feel
Why
like
didn't he call you that?
Yeah.
Imagine if
Went from
imagine if he
And then it hits off
no,
and becomes
that's
like
his
a-
real name.
you
That's
know
why he
what I
goes by
mean?
Batch.
Yeah. Like a hit movie.
How did you get from Bilbo to Tom?
Oh, Bilbo, let's go to the
Because
Shire.
Bilbo was just a joke. They always wanted-
Yeah.
I get that, but people have weird
but they
names.
didn't know I was a boy, did they?
No, they just
Bilbo
called it
was a
Bilbo.
boy.
No, they did. No.
Yeah,
They
Keith's a
didn't-
boy.
they
but I'm
didn't
just-
know.
I'm
Back
just
then,
saying
back then they
You don't
didn't.
know that.
The tests
Bilbo
weren't
was referencing
accurate
a real person.
for
Keith
us.
can be anyone nowadays.
Keith
But
can be
the
Like,
baby's
as a
gonna be
guess,
born in
my mum said we
2018.
didn't know because it was
You
like,
don't have to find
no,
out
we
the gender
think
'cause
it
it's
might
not gonna be a
boy.
gender.
No, they always say that to you.
So
So,
have you-
when we found out the sex, they don't say for definite. They just went, we think that looks like a girl.
Unless it's
no, they
got
didn't
a
do that with
fucking.
me.
They did with us.
No, the nurse literally to me went like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if it's a boy, they're pretty confident because if you
Because it
see
was
it,
massive.
If
if
it's
you
got a
see
dick,
it,
then you know
yeah,
it's
if
a
you
boy.
see it, you see it. But if when they think it's a girl,
You could
sometimes it's
just
a boy
do-
that's just like hiding it, like
Or
he's at a funny
poorly
angle.
endowed child.
Yeah,
and
so-
you feeling
Yeah.
dead
The
worried.
nurse,
for
the
your
nurse
kid.
whispered to Mister, "Is he packing?" Because it's a boy.
We got to check downstairs because he must have done some damage.
Yeah, we got to be careful whether it's the umbilical cord or.
Which one are you going to cut?
That's what I mean. Gotta make sure we reel it all the way out just to be sure.
Oh dear.
Are you gonna
I'm
keep
on-
the umbilical cord and the
No,
placenta?
fuck that, mate.
You're not gonna be one of these people that turns it into health food.
I'm gonna eat
That's
it.
a Hannibal Lecter style shit. I'm not doing that. I said I'd donate it to stem cell research. It's proving difficult.
They don't. It's hard to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Hard to do anything with it. They just
How
bin
about
that.
you eat yours, I eat mine?
What?
No, sorry.
They what?
You eat mine, I eat yours.
Yeah, but I'm going to eat yours first, and then you can just be like, nah, fam.
I'm just gonna try a slither.
You just be
Lot
like,
goes. Can't have shit.
nah.
in some like Hindu in India, especially around areas around India,
Yeah.
they treat it as like proper sacred. They I think they do cut it off, or no, they don't cut it off. They wrap it up in a muslin with herbs and
They wrap
spices.
it in Muslims.
a muslin,
Muslin.
a muslin cloth, and herbs and spices, and they leave it attached to the baby until it falls off naturally, and then bury it.
Jeez. Yeah, that's respect.
heavy bacon. Literally. It's
That's
heavy
weird,
bacon.
isn't it?
Because they see it as this thing that's a lifeline to their child, that made their child, so they treat it with kind of a sacred, life-giving property.
I
Which
mean,
it
I
is.
can understand it, sort of, but it's a bit like,
I might do that.
gee.
Wheeling him round, everyone wants to see it.
The fuck is that?
It was like, oh, Kuchi, come on, it's not the baby, what the fuck? He's just walking around with the placenta in a
No,
pram.
what you should do is you should get a pram that's a twin pram.
Oh.
Put the placenta in one half and the baby in the other, and like
hilarious.
put a little hat
Oh,
on it.
it's got Daddy's nose. That's the placenta. Yeah, this is the 100th episode, and we're going out for a meal in like
7 minutes.
No, 2 minutes. The taxi comes at 25.
Taxi?
Taxi.
Taxi.
I didn't know there was
Taxi.
taxis involved. I left my shoes in the van. I came in barefoot.
The taxi.
I don't know, well, you have to run out to the fucking van then, won't you?
Should I go now?
No, we'll
No,
just
saying
wrap
bye,
this
you
podcast
dickhead.
up first. But no, Roy, thank you for coming on for 100th podcast.
No, I appreciate it. It's been fun.
You actually enjoyed it?
Yeah, I do enjoy it. I miss this. I miss the podcast. I will come on. I'll try and come on more. It's just.
Yeah, this was a one-time only
Oh,
offer.
yeah. No, we're big
What
time
did you
now.
tell him?
We're big time now. This was just for nostalgia.
We thought one more go and then we can just rule you out forever.
One more go and then we can just tell as the jobs is.
Fucking hell! It's not already.
You've got the job, son.
This is the longest probationary period ever.
Still on probation. Shut the fuck up.
Sorry, the boss. Sorry, Mr. Boss, sir.
But no, thank you, everyone that's watching on the live stream and everyone that's listening to this on iTunes. I'm not going to like spiel off where our website is and whatnot because you're going to know by now. We were going to have t-shirts out, but they're coming later on. I've invested in printing them ourselves.
Later
so yeah,
in the year.
you'll see that. They'll be ready for Christmas. So yeah.
So yeah, get
Perfect
your
presents.
your friends, your family, everyone one.
Massive thank you to some of the major players that have been supported us, like
I mean,
Ross-
I want to support P-Bell Fitness for being a good sport because we put all sorts of shit up about
and now
it
turning
sometimes.
keto. So yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
P-Bell. Thank you, Extreme Beam. Thank you, Ross Chandler Tattoo. Thank you, some of the old school fucking guests like Jody. Thank you for the Buddhist monk that came on. My cousin John
Becky.
Brand, Becky,
Float Tank
Bursnell, Float Tank. He started. He's the one that got us to start this podcast.
Yeah,
It's been a journey. Thanks, Rich Shen. Thanks everyone that's on.
Rich Shent's a big supporter of the show.
Rich
Thank
Shent's
you
a
for
man.
that, by
And
the way.
cheers, Sean Kidson, because you're coming on next week or the week after, whenever you can get free.
Yeah, and for sharing the show all the time now.
Support, man. It's fucking inspirational. It's also very humbling.
And here's to the next 100.
Here's to the next 100. I don't know if you've got beer, Rory. But
There's still some beer left in that glass.
cheers,
cheers,
lads.
boys.
This has been the 100th Educated Apes episode, and we are
Out.
off for a beer or two
Or 5.
7.
or 7. Aaron's got to go to bed soon, and it's pricey just getting his last little one in. But yeah, that's been the Educated Apes episode. See ya, peace.